testing.
Hey guys, happy Friday. Whew. It's 11:30. Just wanted to pop on because I haven't been on here. I'm heading to go get my medical marijuana. I forgot the list. Off the refrigerator. Hold on. Sorry about that. I had to get the list. So I'm going to go get medical marijuana from the MedMen dispensary, because the last time that I was trying to get a refill, the store was closed because like we had a really bad, like when we had some tornadoes that happened here, their internet and all that stuff got kicked out, so I never went back. Trying to eat breakfast, which is a bag of grapes. So I gotta go there, Walmart. Just trying to give my husband a break, because normally he's the one that goes and does like 90% of the grocery shopping. Like I'll go with him like when we have to go to Sam's. I try to go and help, but like my body, the flares, like literally if I do, let's just take, I wash the dishes and then I'm like zonked for the rest of the day. Have to take a nap, and then getting up at like 7 from a nap, and then I'll have some energy to do a little bit more. But that's like how my energy level has been going. I did see my primary care doctor a couple weeks ago, and he did a bunch of lab work, and he sent those labs and additional documents over to the rheumatologist because they asked for more information, even though I have an appointment in June. My vitamin D is like super low. It's not as low as like when I first got diagnosed with lupus, but it was low, and it explains why I've been having so much pain. So I just took my 2 vitamin D. It was like maybe 2 or 3 points away from actually being on like a prescription dose of vitamin D. So he wants me to do 5,000 units a day, which that's a lot, because Michael found 1,000 units. So I've been just doing 2 a day, and the last couple of days I forgot, and I could tell a difference that I needed to continue getting back on it. So I did it last night. I just did it this morning. So I just need to go ahead and incorporate taking like 2 more or something at night to try to, or maybe 1 at dinner and then, lunch, and then 2 at night to equal the 5,000 units that he wants me to do. He did an x-ray of my wrist. It's still swollen. It still hurts. It was nothing broken, but the radiologist recommended that I do additional scans. I don't know what that means, I guess, but so the doctor just said he wants me to give it a full month. If the pain is still there, he's either going to order an MRI or send me to a hand specialist for them to see what is going on. So I just wanted to give you guys that little update. So how have you guys been doing with all of the corona and everything? Our state, or our county, city, because I know some parts of Florida are not in the reopening phase yet, like down south in Miami and West Palm Beach. So we're in phase 1. With like youth sports, which our track club, half of them, like we had like almost 40 kids, and we now are down to like 10. So you understand that. So we do practice, but not as a whole group. Like our distance kids are broken up. They go early in the morning at like 9, and then our other kids, like we have a couple throwers, they'll go like 1:30, and then the sprinters will come at like 3. So we've done it in compliance to social distancing. We've had to do a lot of policies updates, but yeah, they have youth sports on the list that they can, you know, start back up depending on the type of sport and how you can finagle the social distancing aspect of it. It's definitely a challenge. Of course, you guys know with chronic illness, this has been our normal for a long time, with having to wear a mask and avoid certain things when you're out and about. But from a logistics standpoint of running a nonprofit / business or whatever, it's a lot of things like you never thought you had to put in place. So we had to adopt a COVID-19 policy and what we're doing to keep the kids safe, and had to order touchless thermometers. Like, it's a lot of stuff. But I just feel like it's the new normal. I feel like it's still too soon to even be opening up some of the places that they're opening. Our church sent out a thing where I guess it's like the whole county can start having church on May 17th. Me and my husband, like, we're not going because it just doesn't, like, they're saying that the rules for churches are 50 people. But I'm kind of confused. Like, how do you have, you know, stay-at-home orders and all these things, and you keep saying 10 or less, but you say 50. But then people start arguing about church and state. You know, I just feel like I just think it's too soon, because I don't know. Like, one article came out with one of our local churches saying that, you know, because, you know, they're starting back May 17th or whatever, and they're going to only go 25% capacity for, you know, their church, like, opening, how many people they'll accept. But he's like, 25% was 500 people. So how is that even allowed? Like, I don't understand that. I don't even care if you had 500 people and your facility was big enough to, you know, distance every 6 feet. But how do you know you have the correct distancing when you tell families, you know, families are sitting together? What if it's a large family? Then how do you factor in the 6 feet? Like, even if you were to maneuver, like, it's just weird to me, y'all. I don't know. I think it's a lot of churches and members that were defiant. A lot of people have lost their lives because they chose to still have church. And the thing is, it's like, even here, like, for restaurants, restaurants, of course, they were open for takeout, but now they're open for diners, but you can only partake in an outdoor setting, because they realize, like, how it rapidly spreads when you're in a closed-in setting. But yeah, I don't know. But for each his own. You know, I love Jesus, so that's not it. But for the safety of our family, we're staying in. Yeah. So I'm gonna go to Walmart first, because the stuff from MedMan, you know, you can't leave that stuff in your car. And it's 78 degrees. Yesterday it was 65 degrees, so the weather is like all over the place. But yeah, I just wanted to pop on and just give you guys an update. Like, I enjoy the MedMan products. I've said that in the last video. So I reordered the capsules, because I only had 3 left, and the tincture oil, because it really helps me when I'm like in a really bad flare, and it helps me. That's what I use every night to go to sleep. So yeah. But comment below, what are some of the things you're doing differently because of the COVID? Like, what are your restrictions in your state? Comment below, let me know, or your city or whatever. I know it's tiresome when you have to spray down groceries and then, like, individually wipe them down when you get them home. Is definitely a struggle. Like, that alone wipes me completely out. Like, I'm done for the rest of the day when I have to do all of that. So, but y'all stay safe. I do have my mask in the car. I did order my little cousin he sews, so I ordered 4 masks for the family, so we could have some reusable masks. And those came in Tuesday, and I just washed them really good, like hand washed them, and they were air drying, so they should be dry today or whatever. And I will try to insert some photos of the mask colors that we chose. So I think that's a good option for reusable to put on top of your disposable. And then of course you just rewash them, you know, once you're done using them, because a lot of stores still don't have the stuff in that, you know, you need. So but I just got out of Harbor Freight because that's the only place we normally went to get Easter's. I'm trying to figure out how to get out of here. To get Easter's gloves that we need for her. And we always, when we would go to Harbor Freight, we would get a couple at a time. So we've got, I think, like 2 boxes left. But you can't find, of course, gloves anywhere. So that's a tip. If you guys have Harbor Freights in your area, check with them and see if they have any in stock. But like, everybody in this store that was a customer had no gloves or mask on. And I think that's so absurd that people really think like they can't get this, you know, this COVID-19. The employees all were good. They had their shield up, they had their mask and their gloves on, but it's just the power of you following someone to the point, meaning government officials, that you really think you don't need to protect yourselves. Like, that's the craziest thing. And I'm seeing other people going into other stores around the complex that their kids are out, nobody has their kids, nothing on, like, but they'll be the first to say, you know, I didn't take this serious or whatever. Okay, these people are driving. That's one thing, that since the stuff is reopening, everything is like back to crazy traffic and people being really ridiculous. But yeah, just protect yourself, guys. Protect your kids. We understand that, you know, masks are not available. You can make a mask. There's tons of YouTube videos how you make a mask out of a bandana. I did just follow the instructions just to see how it felt. The ones for bandanas, it depends on, I guess, the type of bandana, but the ones that we had at home were pretty thick, so it does difficult to breathe, but hey, it's better than not breathing at all. So that's just something. So yeah, just protect your, if you don't want to protect yourself, protect the kids. Like, it's not their fault. They're following suit of the parent. You can't say financially, like, well, I don't have money for a mask or whatever, because you can get a t-shirt, you can get all kinds of stuff to make a mask to cover your face. Hey guys, thanks for rocking with me for this little short bit. I've made it home. I just had lunch and I'm about to lay down because I am physically drained. Just being out and about is a lot on my body anyway, but having to go to multiple places and wearing the mask is like, I was just dripping like sweat. It was so bad. So now I'm about to take one of my marijuana products that I purchased, probably the tincture oil, and get a nap. It's about that time. Like, my body just shuts down around this time anyway, feels like. So that's what I'm about to do. So you guys have an awesome rest of your weekend and be blessed.